Hi everybody, this is going to be a review on e.l.f. face powders, and this was a request, and I will post their names like I usually do. That requested, I want to thank you very much for your request. Like I said in my other video, it helps me because it gives me a direction and I really appreciate that. So my face looks really plain because what I've done is I've done my morning regiment face wash, and then I just added some foundation, the e.l.f. all over cover stick. That is for $1. That's all that's on my skin right now as makeup. So what I've planned to do with my review is kind of split my face up so you guys can see it on the face because that's where we put it. So what I plan on doing is doing a powder up here, a powder here, a powder here, and a powder here. So that way, because I have 4 powders I'm going to review, and that way you can kind of see the difference and I can talk about them. So what I'm going to review today is the new e.l.f. press powder, e.l.f. powder, and then it has the little powder puff underneath. So I'll be doing a review on that one. And then this is the e.l.f. high definition powder that I got. So I'll do a review on that. And the complexion perfection, and this is what this looks like, and the translucent mattifying powder, and that's what this looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and do that review real quick. So what I want to do is start off with the translucent mattifying powder. That's what we'll start with. So this, I actually do use the sponge it comes with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and get a little bit on the sponge, as you can see, and like I've used it so you can see the other color on there. So what I'm going to do is put it on my cheek here, and as you can see, it already started to mattify it like it's supposed to, and not much color. There is color. I don't know why they really call it translucent. As you can tell, I mean, there's color to it, so I don't know why they call it translucent, but that's okay. So as you can tell, you know, it mattifies. It definitely gives a little bit more color because you can see the difference on the cheeks. It goes on really nice coverage, I think, personally, as you might be able to tell. So that's nice. So let me do the other one. Let's see. Complexion perfection. In this one, I will use a brush. So I'm going to use my professional total face brush from e.l.f. for $1. So here's the translucent, the complexion perfection. So you can see the different colors here. And what I do is I just take my brush and kind of go all around it, get a good amount on my brush. As you can see, it's on there, and it comes off pretty like white, as you can see. I'll go ahead and add it to this part of my face. Okay. So as you can see, it doesn't give much coverage. It's very translucent. In fact, like when I run my fingers over I'll just do like an all-4 swipe. It's pretty just like a white, and it is, I think, very translucent. It's very soft. You can see that it doesn't cover as much. So let's see, the next one is the high definition powder, and this actually comes with a little puff. You can see it's a little puff I put on my finger. And then it has a little bit of powder on there. This is white, like white, as you can see. And it's so soft. In fact, I don't think I've ever felt a powder this soft before. It's almost like a silk. So it's really different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on my forehead and my nose. So you can kind of see how that works. Okay, I put too much on. That's okay. We'll blend it in real well. I love doing things on camera, right? Everybody can see your mistakes. Okay, so this is, like I said, very soft. In fact, this is probably softer than the finish, to me personally, is softer than the other two. But as you can see, again, very similar to the finish of this cheek and this face. So this cheek, you can still see there's more color from the translucent. This is lighter, and this is you know, this is lighter too because they're white. So there's not going to be color. But like I said, I prefer no color, but it's up to you and your coverage. And I guess when I have a bigger, like when my face is really broken out and I need a lot of coverage, that's when I go for the darker stuff. So this is stuff for like when my skin's doing pretty good. As you can see, like this, the shine is coming off my face except for right here where I don't have any powder. So it's taking the shine off, all the powders have. So like them all so far. This is the one that everybody keeps asking about. This is the pressed powder e.l.f. from, and this is, I'm sorry, is all for my studio line. The coverage is crazy. It covered a lot. A little too much actually because I wasn't aware and I put too much on, so I had too much color on my face. So it was a little nuts. So anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and take a little bit from my powder and I'm going to put it on my chin. And this is probably good because this is where all my breakouts are right now. So it's probably good to have a little bit more coverage on my mouth area and chin area. Okay. So you get a good idea. And you know, I like the powder puff, but I think with this, I would probably prefer to use a powder just so it's not so concentrated. So I probably would, you know, put a little bit on the brush and, you know, put it around so it's not crazy. But this is, I'll get as close as possible. This is the pressed powder, the new pressed powder. Now this pressed powder you can use as wet. So you can wet the powder puff and put it on and it's a foundation. Actually, if you guys hold on. So I went ahead and wet the sponge just a little bit. And I'm going to take it into the powder. As you can see, it's a little bit more caked on. And then I'm going to take my hand, as you can see here. Actually, I have like a dark vein here. I'll try to cover that up so you can see the coverage of it. So I think it covers very, I gotta get it straight. I think it covers very nicely, personally. It doesn't give a caked look. Actually, I might start using this as a foundation. Oh, it feels a little weird though. Well, this is what's weird about it. So when I rub it, probably can't see on the camera. Well, you can a little bit. Let me move this. Okay, when I rub this, see these little specks? This is actually like rubbing off into little specks. So I don't know if maybe I used too much. But yeah, look. It's like all like flaking off. So I'm not sure what that's about. So maybe I wouldn't suggest to use it. But once I get that excess off, the finished part looks really nice. So maybe I just used too much. I will say that when it is wet though, the compact, when you put the sponge in, it has holes as you can see through. So that way it gets air to it so it doesn't get gross and bacteria grows on it if you put it in there a little damp. But I mean, you want to wash it because bacteria on your skin will get on it. And then, but anyway, so that's my review on it. I think it gave a nice finish to it. You can see the difference though. This color, I think this is the only one that actually has a color. This is in porcelain. All the other ones are just as they come. There's only that actual color in it, but this one I think you can choose which color, and this is porcelain. And it's pretty dark, I think, for porcelain. So you might want to be a little careful of that. But yeah, because you can see like where this is where the makeup is, this is where the makeup isn't. So anyway, so that's my review on the powders. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it's informative enough. I really wasn't sure how I was going to do it, and you know, swatches are nice and everything, but sometimes it's nice to see it on the face because that's where you'll be putting it. So most coverage. Here's the softest. That's the high definition powder is the softest. This is the most coverage. Translucent mattifying powder. This is the one that I think is medium ground. It gives the coverage and it gives the softness to the finish. So this is this, and then this, the complexion perfection, is the sheerest. So that's basically what I have to say about them. I like all of them, and it just depends on my skin that day of what one I use. So that's my review. Thank you again for subscribing. For all those who have subscribed, thank you for your wonderful comments. And please, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe so that way you can keep up to date with it, as well as rate and comment so that way I can either improve or do something that you would like for me to do. Thanks guys for watching. Bye.